Well, hello and welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager then. Just a quick thank you before we start this. Thank you everybody for watching this series and continuing to comment and give me advice. Something that's in the 30s in episodes, really. I'm blown away that people are still watching this, still commenting, interacting and enjoying the series. So thank you for that. It's much appreciated, but there is much hard work ahead of us to keep the series interesting and to achieve our goal, of course, which is to try and win the championship this season. We're not doing brilliantly at the moment. I think the fact that this new point system, we weren't sure if it's going to work for us or against us. I still don't know. But at this point, I would say it's working for us because we haven't been too strong. But because 6th place is infinitely better than 7th to 20th, we've had some good results and we're still in the hunt. I mean, technically we're one race win away from the lead of the championship. And in the drivers, likewise, we're less than a win. Just 7 points off Zampelli in first. So it rewards you for great results. But we do still have the issue that our car really just is not moving forward. So we just need to keep pushing it, keep making parts, and hopefully we can get ourselves a little bit further up the grid, because our drivers are doing, as always, an incredible job, and Eka has really hit the ground running this season, unlike last year. So let's get started, shall we, of the nitty gritty of making the car better. Interview, no thank you. Engine build. Right, we've got a new engine. Let's build a new gearbox, shall we? Plus 10 to acceleration. We don't want to risk, so yeah, plus 10 to acceleration and reliability. And we shall get that built ASAP. We'll continue. And now we can take a look at our parts then. So we were very, very focused on reliability beforehand. We need to start pushing that performance as well. And now a lot of these parts are in the 70s. Actually, no, it was just the engine and gearboxes, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to switch this to the suspension. And we're going to switch one of these to the brakes. We need to improve that new engine, of course. And then I think we will start making some performance increases then. So where are we going next? Milan, a lot of straights, so engine and gearbox is going to be crucial. So let's try and raise where have we got the biggest gains to make? This gearbox. We shall try and improve these brakes, that suspension, and that engine. I guess we will still go slightly on the side of reliability, maybe 13.7. So we're still improving the performance, but reliability, we need to get those parts up there as soon as we can. Okay, let's continue. I feel with this new point system, if we have the great races we do every now and then, and we take a win, it's going to be so valuable now in comparison to before. New part. I want you to build me a new suspension for the next race. Can you make sure that I get to use it before Claudia Dreyfus? Wow, Eka. That's really underhanded. It's the first I've seen of this from you. Don't know if I like this side. But show the rest of the team that you have plenty of confidence in me. Oh, jeez. Okay, sure. We'll build you a new suspension. I don't think there's no timer on that, is there? Time remaining 3 weeks. I don't know if we can make it in 3 weeks. How long is that? Oh, just 5 days for that gearbox. Yeah, we should be able to make it in 3 weeks. No problem. I need to make sure I give that to her as well. Okay, continue. Oh, I don't care about championship. I can only dream of being in. One day we might get there. The other thing I haven't mentioned in a while is that we did set the target of first place, which anyone that's watched the GT series, it's not always a good idea shooting above what you might actually be able to achieve, because there is a chance that after all this we might be fired at the end of the season. But we're not thinking like that. It's out of my mind. I mean, it's in the back of my mind always, but it's out of my mind. To the back. Anyway, whatever. New gearbox built. So let's get that new suspension that Eka wants, shall we? Medium speed to max. And we will go for medium speed corners plus 15 to max, medium speed corners plus 20. Okay. Let's build it and get it done. Right, let's see how our improvements are coming along. So we've obviously got that new gearbox. We should really transfer reliability from something to that. We'll transfer it from that brakes to that gearbox. Yeah, okay. And we'll switch. I think we'll go for a couple more reliability. I'd like these new parts to be ready for the next race. It's going to be close, but as long as they're in the sort of 65, 70s, then I can get on with that. Do we have mail? I thought we had mail. No. Oh, it's a vote. Okay, new vote for next season then. Replacing Munich. Oh, I don't give a shit. I literally don't care. Abstain. Let me know the 2 tracks involved. We'll race for anything. Apparently very popular. The Munich track B. So it's a modern classic. Wish they'd never changed it. I don't know. Great. That was a wonderful event. Oh, someone's fucking birthday. It's gonna be another 100,000, is it? It's Artie's birthday. Should we give her a nice present? That's our reserve, isn't it? Yeah, no. Sorry, but no. You're not getting a £100,000 birthday party as a reserve driver. You can get a card. And you should consider it lucky that you did get even a card. Okay, we've got 3 days until the race. How are we looking? Right, that engine's on 57, 58, 57, 64. I'm going to switch that suspension reliability to those brakes. And we're going to go whole hog 20 for the final 3 days. Just try and get a couple more % in there. And then we can maybe have a bit of confidence taking some of the new parts into the next race, because we need performance. We're good on strategy. Our drivers are almost second to none. 3rd best drivers. We just need to give them a slightly better car, and we should be able to get a good result. Concerned about... Oh, go away. Go away, James. I'm not interested. Oh, got it. Sure. We're doing really well for money, actually. We're nicely in the green. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't do accents. It's never a good plan. Okay, I think that's all we're going to be able to do for Milan. We will target 8th or above. Again, it's 150,000 difference. We're very likely to get 8th. We're going to have to be incredibly lucky to get 2nd. Although we do need to start getting some podiums pretty regularly at the moment. Okay, brakes. Yeah, they're the same brakes we used last time. Percentage isn't too much for a problem. It's a big difference with those engines. So we are going to give Dreyfus the new one. Slightly less reliability, but I think it's worth it for the performance boost as long as we don't push too hard on it. Same with the gearbox. It's a nice difference from our worst one we've got already. We'll give that to Eka to hopefully balance it back out a little bit. And the new suspension, 40%. It's, mind you, I was going to say it's not that much more, but the reliability is a lot better. That would be 206. Yeah, it's worth putting on the car, isn't it? And we'll give it to Eka because she wanted the new suspension part. And that should hopefully fulfill her request Don't know if we get some kind of reward for that, or just she doesn't get pissed off, which I guess is reward enough. Right, I'm going to get practice done. Hopefully it goes nice and smoothly. Looking like a nice dry race weekend, and I shall join you for the race. Okay, that's practice over with then. And it was a pretty good practice session. 97% for Eka and 95 for Dreyfus. Going to be a dry race, nice dry weekend, which is good news. We will go with... Now you see, we're going to keep our cars sort of neutral in terms of pushing and the fuel. But I still think quick fix is going to be useful. We've still got quite a few parts that are pretty low. And this track is going to be very taxing on brakes, the engine and the gearbox. So we'll go for quick fixes and we'll go for race trim. That way, that'll bring performance to both the soft and the medium tyres. Dreyfus, we don't have a choice because she's still improving her relationship with her mechanic. But soft tyres and race trim. Incidentally, this was the first time I went something different in practice, which was just concentrating on one tyre, because you can only ever really select one performance boost for tyres, because you generally go for something else like race trim or quick fixes like we've done. So concentrating on one tyre means that you make sure you do get it to the maximum level you can get it in, which in this case was level 2, as opposed to having level 1 for 2 types of tyres when you can only reselect one bonus. Doesn't really make sense, to be fair. So there we go, 97% for Eka. Now, again, 9 laps of fuel, 15 lap tyre life, or 11 lap. Mediums have no benefit. But I was thinking, we have a 21 lap race. The fuel isn't going to last for one stop, so it's going to be 2 stops. But the second stop would end up being around lap 17-18. So here's my thinking. We're going to go medium tyres. We're going to go less fuel. We'll go 7 for Eka. And 6 for Dreyfus. And we're going to try and pit very early. We're going to try and undercut them. Because we've got so much leeway with the fuel, and it's fuel limited, not tyre limited, and we're a long way back in the pack, I'm going to try and undercut them, get those medium tyres out of the way with straight away when we're bunched up in traffic. But some of the disadvantage of the tyres will be negated by the less fuel we're carrying. Anyway, we're underway. You wouldn't have known it because I was banging on about strategy. Good start from Dreyfus, up to 15th. Eka back in 18th. Actually, I think it was a bad start for Dreyfus. I think she started further up than that. Anyway, we're thoroughly used to dropping to the back of the field at the beginning of races. We're going to push to get that tyre temperature up. It will risk some of our parts. Now, the parts we need to worry about, suspension for Eka, but she's got that 2 times fixed, so it shouldn't take long. And Dreyfus's car looks okay. So it will be Dreyfus pitting first, and straight away the lack of fuel is really working for her here, up to 12th. And that undercut means we should gain some more positions as well if we execute it correctly. Medium tyres really struggling to warm up here, 22 degrees track temperature. Eka is right back in this group of cars in 19th at the moment. So just to drill home that the idea of the tactic, the AI are going to be limited by fuel, and they're probably going to go right to the end, so they'll pit lap 8 or 9, lap 16, 17, 18. So by pitting early, we're not going to be doing any less stops. We're just spreading out the fuel more evenly and the tyre wear more evenly. Means our car should always be lighter, apart from the final stop, final stint. And our tyres should always be in better shape. When we come out, we're going to have the undercut on people when we come out of the pits. That's the idea anyway. We'll see if it works. Dreyfus making good progress still, up to 13th. Eka struggling a little bit in 18th. And by undercutting it means we'll get out of the traffic. We'll be able to go flat out in clean air. And I think it should work pretty well. I'm hoping. Drafer's starting to go backwards a little bit now. Can't really tell why that is. Maybe it's just faster cars finally coming back through. Eka really getting held up behind Evans there, although she's just made the move. That's crucial, because that little pack at the back was starting to fall away from the midfield. Right, so Dreyfus, I think one more lap and then she'll pit. How's the car looking? Okay. Everything looking okay. Eka, that suspension is probably going to need repairing, but we'll try and do that in the second stop. Dreyfus making great progress here now, up to 11th. And she is going to pit. Is she going to pit this time round or the lap after? Do we go aggressive with this undercut? I mean, she's already storming through the field. And she's got enough fuel to do one more lap after this. So yeah, let's see how far she gets. She's got good tyre life. So, and it will cut down the amount of time she's got to do on the soft tyres. Same for Eka. So we'll take the fuel to the limit. We'll pit after this lap then. As Dreyfus attempting to make a move down into turn 1 for P9. Oh, she goes through the middle of the pair of them up to 8th. What a cracking driver she is. That was incredible. Right, we're going to put the soft tyres on. We're going to fuel her up to the max. Parts look okay, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Eka making good progress as well on her light fuel load. And this confirms to me that the AI cars are going to go to sort of lap 8 or 9. Which means we'll definitely get this undercut. Dreyfus should get an undercut by about 2 laps over the majority of the field. Eka maybe just the 1 lap. I'm hoping it can get them out of this traffic, and we're not too far away from that sort of 4th, 5th, 6th area. If we can get out behind that front 3, Dreyfus into the pits. I was gonna say that was a cracking move, but no, she's in the pits. Right, and we'll get a direct comparison here, because we're going to be pitting Eka the lap afterwards. Now that suspension goes up to 43%, 4 seconds to do it. We may as well do it in the final stop. It should last. Same thing. I'm going to fuel her up, brand new soft tyres, and off she goes. Now we're going to see how powerful the undercut is here, because we'll see where Eka comes out in relation to Dreyfus. Obviously there was quite a gap to begin with. But that gap should be extended now quite a bit. Eka battling hard. Just going to check that suspension before it's too late. 29. Oh, we're going to risk it to the final stop. So we might just have to repair it again in the second stop. Right. Eka in along with Rogers. So we won't be getting an undercut on Rogers, but let's see where Dreyfus comes out. Down the pit straight now, and Eka out just behind her then. So it wasn't that powerful, to be fair, the undercut. But this lap might be the one where it starts to bed in. We're still pushing both cars. I think we should go back to neutral for Dreyfus. It's starting to overheat a little bit, and we need to look after the car. Engine and suspension are the 2 danger areas, and the brakes, but they should be okay. Right, a bunch more people in the pits now then. Can Dreyfus get out in around 4th place is what we were targeting. Or it's going to be tight. She's up into 4th. Fantastic. The undercut has worked beautifully there. And Eka is out in 9th place then. Just behind Elsa Dat, so she's gained some places as well. Oh, the strategy works. I'm a fucking genius. Well, it wasn't that clever, to be fair. Right, Dreyfus is up into 4th then. Eka into 9th. So Eka with some work to do to get into the points. Dreyfus, a podium doesn't seem likely unless something happens to them. Oh, Dreyfus coming under pressure now from Nicanti. And Nicanti just wanders past Eka. We forgot to turn it down. Those tyres overheating badly. That's disappointing. I was hoping we'd have the pace. Oh, Nicanti that was actually a podium change. So someone hadn't pitted. So we're still in 4th. So podium is on here, you know. See, we're a little bit short of Nicanti at the moment. But the idea is to get a second undercut. And it worked so well first time round, but we're not in such heavy traffic this time. It might work well for Eka, though she's not really in traffic either. Nicanti just did, including overtaking Dreyfus, was about 2.5 seconds quicker. That's scary. That is scary how much short we are on some of these cars. Dreyfus coming under pressure from Veyen now. Can she hold him off? She needs to, really. Remember, only top 6 score points. Eka has gone backwards to 9th. This is the other problem with the undercut. You come out with worn tyres, but we're not pushing. So a lot of the AI are already down to our tyre wear levels. Or thereabouts. And we seem to have a good car down the straights, which should help us here. So technically we can pit from this lap onwards and get to the end of the race. But we've only done sort of 5 or 6 laps on these tyres. They're already down to 50% almost, so another lap or 2 and then we will do the undercut for the second time. And then we've got to try and hold on at the end of the race. I don't know when the AI will make their second stop. 9 laps remaining this time round. Okay. Now how that works when we're on lap 13. That's 8 laps to go, surely. Whatever. Dreyfus now pulling away from Veyen. This is good news. So she does seem to have the pace to stay with these guys. And Eka, now that she's got back past Rogers, is actually gaining on Massilia. So got every chance for a good result here. Remember, top 6 only for points. If you're 7th, you may as well be last. Unless you've got the fastest lap. Right, 8 laps to go after this one. Dreyfus complaining a little bit about the engine. Eka, I think that suspension is finally going. Yeah, 16%. Yeah, we're going to repair it next time. Next time you're in the pits. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Okay, that engine is worrying me a little bit, but we're not going to have time to repair that. Okay, we're going to pit Dreyfus this time round. New set of soft tyres. There'll be 7 laps to go. So we'll put 7.5 laps of fuel in, which will be about 7 laps by the time she gets round. Yeah, 16 seconds to repair that engine, 6 seconds for the brakes. Just going to have to roll with it. Just going to have to roll with it and hope that she can make it to the end without too much trouble. We want to secure 4th place, but there's a chance for Nicanti with this undercut, if it's powerful enough. There's also hope she doesn't come back out in traffic. That could be an issue. So into the pit she comes. Let's hope it's a good pit stop. Everything's good there. She is going to come out in pretty heavy traffic. Actually no, everybody else pitting, which is surprising. But we will get the undercut on the cars around us. Right, so Eka, same thing. New soft tyres. 6.42 laps of fuel. We're going to repair that suspension. It's only going to take 4 seconds because of the knowledge slot of 2 times as fast. Fixing in the bits. She's going to be right back in that midfield. Dreyfus nicely clear of AN and Rogers. They seem to have a pretty bad stop. So Dreyfus should regain 4th comfortably. Dreyfus is miles ahead of Nikanti as well for some reason. Nikanti with a terrible stop. Right, come on. Come on, pit crew. Do the job. Good, good. Mistake on the suspension. Oh, it's costing us so much time. 7 seconds. Can she get back out in 7th? No, it's 8th. I don't know that we would have been with Masolia, Rogers and Valdez, but we would have definitely have been ahead of Valdez. Sorry, Bayen, Masolia and Rogers. Oh, that's terrible. And for all that talk of the knowledge slot that made the repair twice as fast, it didn't matter in the end. Because they made... She's still got problems. Oh shit, the brakes. Oh god. Okay. Well, Dreyfus is having a great race. Eka not so much. Eka's going to need something out of the ordinary here to get some points. It's not been her race. She's been struggling on speed. But I think that suspension and brakes is what's really killed her race. I think she'd be right up there with Masolia and Rogers fighting for 5th and 6th if we hadn't have had all these problems with the reliability. And that's the problem with rushing the parts onto the car. Right, Eka is really struggling now. Now we need to make a decision whether we think she can get the fastest lap of the race. She's now back up to 7th though. She's only a second behind 6th. What's going on? She's flying. Her car might explode at any moment. 3% on the brakes now. Oh, this is so tough. Oh, she's going up the inside. Can she make it stick? She's still fighting away. She's going to have to go around the outside of the chicane. She has the inside line for the 2nd corner though. And she's up into 6th. Dreyfus is up into 2nd. I don't know how that's happened. Oh, Ingledew retired. I didn't think Ingledew was up there. But, oh boy. Because the dilemma of pitting Eka, repairing the car, putting fresh tyres on, is whether she still has the pace in the car even then to get the fastest lap. But she's gaining on Rogers now. This is extraordinary. 3% left on the brakes. Engine issues now for Dreyfus. Dreyfus is leading. What the... Gerard's out. What the actual fuck? So Eka's now going to be promoted to 5th. Oh no, her brakes have gone. Oh, Eka's out. Oh no. Oh, she's smoking everywhere. Oh, poor Eka. We may have been better off pitting her, but we weren't to know all these cars were going to retire. Oh, it's such a shame. She's still going round, but we can't pit her. Anyway, that's not the issue at the moment. The issue is we've just started the last lap with Dreyfus. The gap is 6.8 seconds to Masolia. Engine, do not give up. Oh, I don't even. We were so right not to push in these races. It still wasn't good enough for Eka. But none of that will matter if Dreyfus comes home to win this race. She comes through the final chicane then, just the long right-hander to come. Down the pit straight. the engine could blow out, we'd still win. And it's victory in race number 3 in Milan. What a result from Dreyfus. The front runners dropping like flies in the late stages there. Dreyfus showed great pace. She was quicker than those two cars behind there. 17.6, playing an 18.5 and a 19.0. So it was on pace as well as luck. I think she was on for a podium anyway. But that's it. The cars at the front pushing the reliability as hard as we are. And we played that particular fiddle a little bit better today than the front runners. And that's just the result we need to kickstart our season. Fantastic result for Dreyfus. And she's back on top now of our two drivers, rising to the challenge of the young challenger in Clara Ecker. And that's going to have a dramatic effect on the standings, I would think. So let's take a look then. Scrutineering, of course, we're okay. We wouldn't dare break the rules. There's the victory for Dreyfus then, by 7.6 seconds over Massilia. Winning team principal. There's our lovely trophy. Look at that. Fantastic. And what has that done to the standings then? Dreyfus now up to 3rd in the drivers. Ecker falls down to 7th, unfortunately. But such the way of the points this season, she's still only a win off 1st. So plenty to play for. And we're now joint leaders. Look at that. A three-way tie. Vexala, ourselves and Lucatelli all on 17 points. And previous leaders Zampelli are just 1 point behind in 4th. This new point system is going to create one hell of a season. This could swing back and forth right up until the final race. But wow, that was a ride. That was a wild ride. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed racing it, or managing the, you know what I mean. If you did enjoy the episode, as always, do hit that like button down below. Lets me know you're enjoying the series. As I said at the beginning, I love all your comments and advice. Keep them coming. It just justifies me playing the game even more. You know, I'd be playing this. I do play it in my spare time way too much. I love this game to bits. But having people like and comment and just watch the videos in general just gives me an excuse to play more of it. So I'm not complaining. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well to keep up to date with everything else. You can always go and check out my GT series as well. Might be its dying days. I'm not sure we're going to survive past season 1 on that Creator Team DLC, but we've given it a good go. So go and watch me fail over on that. And of course tune in next time for another episode, race number 4 from Tondela. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.